So my name is Jonathan Disher. This is DevOps Army of N. It's a sequel to the talk I gave in November called DevOps Army of One, where I talked about being a human single point of failure. So again, my name is John. I'm a senior principal DevOps engineer at Oracle in the Oracle Data Cloud. I've been at Oracle for about 2 years now. I came from a company, a little startup that nobody's ever heard of, when they got eaten up by another little startup that nobody's ever heard of, about 2 years ago. If you saw my talk last time, you do know that I do love me some fountain pens. I took this picture yesterday. The case used to be a lot more empty. There's 9 or 10 of them that weren't here. They're in various states of disrepair at home, being cleaned, being put back together. I also love working on my little Miata. It's one of the things I use to de-stress, is drive a little tiny car around the track at a high rate of speed. Fine. But thank you. Thanks. But yeah, that's my little stress reliever, going at Laguna Seca in August of 2015. I still put Latin on my business cards. I have to make sure that my 7th and 8th grade Latin teacher still appreciates the hard work I put into learning a dead language. This year it says Defensor Regnum Custodius Clavum, which is defender of the realm and keeper of keys. And the second one, Priscus Punctum Singulari Deficendi, means former single point of failure, which I'm very happy about now. So like I said, last November I gave a talk called DevOps Army of One. It was a very emotional talk for me, because at the time I literally had been on my own for about 26 months. If you want to watch the video or see the slides, they're on SlideShare on YouTube. Just search for DevOps Army of One. That comes up pretty reliably. So this, if you've seen it or you go look at it, this graph is basically the same one that was in there. In November of 2015, it was just me. As you can see over here, this is when I started. There were 3 of us. And then after about 6 or 9 months, one of them left. And then 3 months later, the last person left. And then I was by myself. And I was by myself for just over 2 years. And meanwhile, the environment kept growing and growing. It's kind of like that adage about if you drop a frog in a pot of boiling water, he jumps out. But if you drop him in a pot of warm water and just keep applying the heat, he sits there until he cooks. I was unfortunately the frog and kept cooking. But at the end of the talk, at the end of Army of One, I did mention that we had a couple of interview candidates going out, and I was very, very happy about that. And I was very pleased. This is how it was with me a lot. It was lots of fire alarms and bashing things and falling over. By the way, yes, Thursday, I discovered that Keynote does animated GIFs in slides, and I may have abused it a little bit, but I kind of love that it works. This presentation may also be about 150 megs because of all the animated GIFs, and I'm not sorry. But yeah, in January, Andrew joined. And unfortunately, Andrew's not here with us today. He said he's sleeping off a headache, which means next year he will be giving the talk, How to Go to a Conference and Not Get a Hangover. But yeah, I texted him. He said he's sleeping off a headache at his hotel. But yes, January, the graph went back up. Thank God. There were 2 of us, which is a 100% increase, which is a scary thought. And then over the Christmas holidays, I had been talking to a guy in the UK that Jen actually introduced me to. He was an architect in a different group at Oracle who was looking for another thing to do. This is how we were after Andrew joined. And then in March, Alex came on. And he's in the back somewhere over there hiding. And this was us after Alex joined. We're like, oh my God, now we have an architect. Now we can actually call people out on their broken shit. And they have to listen to him because he's smarter than me. And then Kimberly, who introduced me, joined us in May. She was a little unhappy at her job. She wasn't getting the respect she deserved, which Bethany very poignantly pointed out to us yesterday repeatedly. And I dragged her out in May. And that's how we are now. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a 5th engineer. I believe there's an offer going out soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed. HR is a little slow sometimes. And then we'll definitely be dancing and having a lot of fun. But we still need people. We are hiring DevOps, DBAs. In Alex's words, if you know anything about Hadoop, roll on up afterwards. We'd like to talk to you. But we do need to hire a bunch of people. So again, I'm going to ask, I asked this last time, how many of you are currently working in a DevOps or operations-focused group in size of 1, specifically one that used to be larger and shrank? Oh, good. Not many of you, because in November it was like 15% of the room, and that hurt to see. So now we've hired some people, and we've done our dancing, and we're all happy. Now what? How do we get them to get all that knowledge out of my head? Because this is an environment that I've grown for 2 years with no real oversight or interaction. Clearly, we're going to use magic, right? This is how they're going to figure out how everything works. No, not really. In the last 6 months, I've discovered some side effects from being on my own for so long. And the first one is I've forgotten how to teach other engineers. I mean, I can still explain how a concept works, but there's the nuance of saying, okay, you ask this question and this is why, and this is the hole in your knowledge that I need to help you find and how to step you through to assimilate that info. And I've kind of forgotten that. I've just lost it, and it's unfortunate. There are a ton of document sources in our environment that say, go talk to John. If you need an LDAP account, you come to John. If you need production hardware, you come to John. And for 6 months, that's been the wrong answer. And now that there's 4 of us, soon to be 5 of us, that's really the wrong answer because I'm still a single point of failure. And I've been kicking back on those, but we have to push back harder. And we have to actually take that one higher up in management and say, hey, you need to tell everybody, go talk to John is the wrong answer. And I got too accustomed to not delegating tasks. Obviously, if I'm by myself, I can't turn to Harvey the rabbit next to me and say, hey, I need you to do something, because Harvey's not really there. And that might be a spoiler for a movie, but anyway, Harvey's not really there. So I have to get better at delegating. When people do come to John, I have to say, no, you need to go do this process. And by the way, Alex can do that, or Andrew can do that, or Kim should be doing that. And people got used to everything being a P1. When there's so little bandwidth getting operational tasks done, only the highest priority stuff gets scheduled. So everything that gets scheduled is obviously a P1 because it's the only thing that can get done. And people have, in other teams and other roles, have gotten used to that mindset. So now every time they come to me, everything is a highest priority. And obviously that doesn't scale. The lack of complete and quality documentation, I will own this. I literally did not have hours in the day. I did not have energy in my body to write documentation. That's something I should have taken ownership of a long time ago, and we're going to. But the lack of documentation really didn't help. And the most depressing one is that sometimes I still feel like I'm a solo engineer. And that's really just on me. That's me needing to relax and spread out. But sometimes my body tells me, nope, you're by yourself again, and I have to sit down and chill out and have a drink and say, no, you're not by yourself. You don't need to freak out about it. It's all okay. So now how are we going to go forward? We've identified these shortcomings. What are we going to do? First and foremost, we need to spread the knowledge. And unfortunately, since I couldn't find one of these on Amazon, if anybody knows where to get a brain tap, that'd be great. But unfortunately, since it's not there, the best thing I can do is start writing things down, holding info sessions, and having people camp out at my desk. Kim does that on a regular basis. She comes over, I show her stuff, she leaves enlightened. Always a good thing. I need to hold some info sessions on Zoom or in the office. Maybe we'll go out to London and hang out at Alex's desk. I don't know, but we need to do that. And we need to use this team, like I said. We're starting to push back and say, hey, stop routing everything to one place. Actually use the team. We need to make sure the entire team is in the loop. Unfortunately, we have a lot of things like meetings where not everybody's invited, even still. And so people are out of the loop. They don't understand they don't understand firsthand what's going on. They find out secondhand when we come bitching about it in Slack, going, oh God, you weren't in this meeting and it was such a mess. We wish you'd been here. And really importantly, we need to review what we have, and we need to change it as needed. So we sat down as a team over the last 2-3 months, and we've taken a big, thorough review of our environment. Everything that I've built, everything that was built after I joined BlueKai, everything that was built after everybody abandoned me, everything I built by myself. And it wasn't mean. I will fully own 100% all the deficiencies in the environment. There were a lot of corners cut, but it wasn't mean. It was brutally honest. And I'm okay with brutally honest because you have to be brutally honest. Otherwise, you're just lying to yourself and perpetuating the problem. And we're going to burn a lot of it down. We're going to set a lot of this on fire, and I'm kind of okay with that. And that gave rise to a project called Phoenix Rising, where we are literally going to burn everything to the ground, and out of those ashes, we're going to build something better. We're going to build it more scalable. We're going to build it more reliable. And more importantly, everybody's going to know how it works. So yeah, we're going to rebuild everything. LDAP, DNS, secret management, the works. We're going to start over. And we're going to start from square one, because that's where we need to start. We're not going to start from any assumptions of, oh, we're going to carry this over. Everything starts from scratch. It's a blank whiteboard all the way around. And along the way, we're going to get lots of review, and we're going to get modern ideas. Because a lot of this stuff, admittedly, is built on older technology, just because I didn't have time to go learn or I didn't know. We're going to get some great information sources. This is one of the greatest places I can find DevOps information. And she's not even watching, and I'm sad. I'm just kidding. We are, in fact, going to learn from great tomes like Effective DevOps, which gets the Vault Boy seal of approval. But in all seriousness, we're going to get peer review. We're going to talk to other teams. We're going to talk to other people we know and say, hey, are we doing the right thing? How can we do this better? And really, the most important thing here is the emphasis on we. It's not just going to be me. Kim's going to be working on it. Alex is going to be working on it. Andrew's going to be working on it. Everybody is going to be involved. So at the very least, more than just me will know about components that others built. Kim will know what she built. Alex will know what he built. And I think that'll help us get some information shared around. We'll get some documentation written out of it. It'll all be better. Because we don't want an angry panda. What we're really afraid of is Phoenix re-rising in 2020. So that's how we're going to keep it from happening again. We're going to keep doing the architecture review. We're going to talk to each other. Again, talk to other groups, other people, and make sure we don't get angry panda. We're going to write down all the things. We're going to all the things the shit out of it, or at the very least, science the shit out of it. We're going to document. Everything is going to get documented. We've actually documented before we even started, which is way more than I had before. We're going to write good documentation. We're going to keep it current. We're going to make sure everybody understands it. I'd like to keep hiring people. I think that a new engineer not only brings a varied experience, they bring a new perspective, a new set of eyes that has no idea what the context is. And so any of those things that you unconsciously skip over or assume are taken care of, they don't have that problem because they don't know what those little things are, and you have to point them out and you have to make sure they're documented. We're going to start working on saying no and pushing back. There are a lot of things that got done in the last few years that probably should have been pushed back on, just didn't. But whether or not we're successful in pushing back, we're at least going to try because that's important. We're going to take vacations. We're going to make sure we don't get burned out. One of the things I mentioned in DevOps Army of One was my brother-in-law's wedding. I did get to go to that, which was good, but there have been a lot of events in the past few years that I have skipped because I didn't feel like I could walk away. And going forward, I don't want anybody on our team to feel that way. I think it's unacceptable to feel that way. I don't want to end up like this. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy because I've been that guy. I was that guy in November, and it was not fun. And we definitely don't want Phoenix re-rising in 2020. Doing this once is bad enough. So this is pretty much the end. I'm kind of looking forward to coming soon, possibly in DevOps Days 2018, DevOps Army of N+1, Achievement Unlocked, Team Redundancy. As I said earlier, we are still hiring. If you're interested, hit me up. Thank you very much.